Hi there, Cancer. This is your general reading for October 2017. So, this is my first channel, and I'm very excited and I'm very happy to welcome you here. Happy October, happy harvest moon. That's passing, we're going to have the new moon soon. And I hope wherever you are, you're safe and you have a roof over your head and you have a meal. And if somehow you have internet connection and you're watching this, my heart, I'm giving you a hug. Know you're not alone. Know that when things are hard and difficult, you're not alone. You just aren't. And there's been a lot going on out here in California with the fires, so it's been an intense kind of energy today. So, yeah, I think you'll get a good idea about what my readings are about by just watching the reading. That's what I've noticed. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and get into it. And as I'm shuffling, I do an intuitive read. And so Cancer. You know, I got this feeling like some of you need to get up and dance. Yeah, for some reason the word saucy, sauciness, wanting to, it's like you've had a very busy schedule and some of you is like you just kind of want to let loose a bit. But in the right way, because you want to keep your responsibilities in line. But you know, you're trying to keep a balance too. So maybe some of you is trying to figure out how you can bring that fun into work. And work is coming up. Those of you, there are all kinds of jobs in the world. So whatever you consider your work, in my opinion, your real work is your life's work. The work you do when you're here on this planet. So when someone asks you what your job is to be here. Your job is to live. Your job is to exist and be the love that you are. I've saged and Palo Santo the cards. I've shuffled more earlier. And yeah. Where else was it going to go? I don't read reversals, by the way. Unless it really is like, you know, and I won't announce in every video because I do try and use humor regardless of what's going on. I do that with all the things, all the healing works that I do. Humor is necessary. I'm really loving how all of the readings I'm doing, there's some major arcana cards coming up, so I think I'm very honored for the group of people that are coming through, and those of you who have subscribed already, like, you have no idea. It's like, it's very heartwarming, and I thank you. And if you like, and you like this, please like and subscribe. I keep forgetting to say that. That's one of the things you got to say on here, right? Please like and subscribe. And if you want a private reading, the information is below in the in this. I was about to say subscription, in the description. These are pretty neat. Some of you kind of were in hibernation mode, in a kind of, I wouldn't say hibernation, it's kind of, it feels like you were busy working away in the recent past. We have the first card, the Hermit. So it could be about a Virgo. If, I don't usually go through all the signs unless it feels necessary. So that's part of being intuitive and psychic and empathic is, and clairvoyant, and all the magical things you can think of. We all have some magic in us, right? And we got to use what we got to help everybody else who's here, because that's what we're here for each other. And well, let's look a little closer. Go ahead and bring you in. So, as I said, you got the Hermit, and you got the Seven of Pentacles, and then you got the Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Temperance, Justice, King of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. So, Pentacles, you have a lot of money, abundance coming in, that's for sure. Material gain. And you do have an overflow of emotion, but the good thing is you have the Temperance here to kind of remind you to keep that, all right. Keep that balanced as best as you can. Hence, then you have the Justice card, a la Libra. You're coming into a place where you feel more comfortable with your finances. That's one thing. And wherever you go, it's like a lot of the things you've been wanting to have happen are starting to come together. Initially, you kind of went underground, and you've been watching the fruits of your labor kind of with some discontent. I mean, obviously this card always is of the pensive worker who's like, oh my gosh, who's looking at, what is 7, but he wants more. He wants to get to a place where this is pretty awesome, because I was looking at this and I'm like, all right, let's see what comes up for me, because it's not just knowing the cards, it's what you see in the cards as you're looking at them, and what it brings to your mind's eye, and what else is spoken, or that I feel and sense from Spirit, the Divine, the universe, whatever you want to think is more miraculous and beautiful and that you're a part of. You'll have a moment of just being over. I feel like this card is really showing me you'll be over. I think something is going to bring an overflowing amount of emotion to, it's overflowing, but the feeling I'm getting is emotion. And it's beautiful emotion. It's a peaceful kind of emotion. It's coming out of the fog emotion and having something to present. I think that was really important to you, to have something that you felt was right, that you could share with the world. So the Justice card could mean a Libra. It could mean that some things that you felt you weren't, or if you had a court case maybe, or that's usually when it kind of comes up. And that's what's coming up for me. It could be a court case. It could be... I think this was it somewhat seems like it was a matter that you didn't feel... There was no redemption really in the situation. And now you feel as though with the material gain that you're reaching a place now where it feels... You're receiving the justice that you've been waiting for. Because I don't see anything really... Cups, you only have Ace of Cups, and so I don't see you being too difficult with your words. You were getting lots of swords too in some readings I was doing before. So I think there was like a stressful period, and now it's kind of, you're looking at what you've created and what you've done and what you've made, and now you're getting ready to offer it, and it's overflowing, like you're overflowing with joy and happiness that you were able to achieve a place like that. Now, if you're married, one thing that's coming up for me is you and your partner are basically like doing really well career-wise right now. And if not, then it's coming around soon. I don't know when, but that's the feeling I get. And it'll come as a relief. So I see husband and wife, I see wife and wife, husband and husband. I see partnerships, business partnerships, coming into a place of being all right with what you have and feeling in charge of it. I think that's kind of, and you're prospering, you're growing. It's not something that's, it's definitely a lot about work. Some of you, I don't know, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do some clarifications right now. I use the Thoth deck for clarifications. I find that to be a good, strong kind of tool to clarify. So I want to clarify the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. I want to know, I mean it's good emotion. You're coming out of some fog. So there was like this, I'm feeling having to keep your head down and get your work done, and then watching your work to see if it was going to come together, and then reaping the rewards of your work and going, hey, there's my money, I got it. My abundance, my whatever I was waiting for, or finally those test results are so much better, and or whatever, like, you know, whatever is of value to you. A lot of what you value is in the picture, in these cards, in this reading. Okay. Okay. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah. Excuse me. Some of you are kind of cleaning out your closet when it comes to people. And you're justified in your decision to do that. Whoa. Why is this falling out? Trying to clarify these 10 of Pentacles because I'm getting a very conflicting clarification here. Wait, got it. I'm going to take all three and see what's going on here. I saw it again and I see the Lover's card. So it could be a Gemini that's coming by. Okay. Well, the love reading will be easy for me to do, I'll tell you that much. Okay. Now, love can happen anytime. There's all kinds of love. So I understand now, like, you know, that's like you have separate couples counselors or things, like you have separate readings for relationships and singles and for that part of our life. So it's been a really cool thing to do, like a general romantic read and going into the collective unconscious and just sensing and empathically feeling what's been going on with people of that energy, of that vibration. It's a really I don't know, I think I feel kind of like there's a lot going on, Cancer, like a lot going on, and it has a happy ending if with you reconciling with someone. I mean, the Lover's card came up, the Fool card came up. But see, this is why I got confused, just because I got, and I'll tell you what's going on with these other ones. The 10 of Pentacles, I asked for that to be clarified, and I ended up getting the 8 of Swords. So then I was like, okay, all right. So then I pulled some more cards, and then they flew out. And I don't always take flyers, but then I'd seen the Lover's card a couple times in my shuffling, and something said that you got to pull it out. Then it was at the bottom of the deck, and I was like, okay, well, you obviously want to come out. Then these all flew out. So then I got the Fool, and then I got Truce. Then I got Happiness, and then I got Pleasure. Those being 6 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 4 of Swords, the Fool, one of my favorite cards, the Lovers, Interference, which was the 8 of Swords. Aha. Something is interfering with... There was an interference. There was an interference at some point. And it was through words. I feel like this was possibly through really jabbing words, short but enough, then long, drawn out. It's kind of backbiting, or kind of, I'm getting kind of a, like a Scorpio pinching type of thing. There was something towards the month, like I guess that something is being resolved, you know, with, there was an interference perhaps with your financial or whatever it is that you've been working on in order to prosper and be abundant in. Maybe it's grains of rice, I don't know. Maybe it's potatoes. Maybe it's actual coins. Maybe it's diamonds. Maybe they're actual dollars, you know. So there's... Okay, ever since I opened the doors to relationship and doing like collective readings, being familiar with different archetypes too, and just looking at this, I'm floored. You're going to be hit with so much emotion and you're going to act a fool, and it has to do with, you know, another person, maybe your significant other now, someone you're already in a relationship with, or someone from before, or someone new. I mean, those are the options, right? It's not going to come back from the future. That'd be kind of neat. Not really, actually. Maybe. I don't know. Someone from the 90s? Did they get it better then? I mean, did they get it right? Maybe before all these cell phones and things like that, perhaps. I think that's where the mess kind of happened. Use your... We'll see what chakras come up, but... Yeah, alright, so I'll come back to this. But towards the end of the month, it's like... I feel like you're going to kind of be an emotional puppy. All floppy everywhere. And just a fool. I'm hearing a fool in love. Maybe again, I don't know, maybe you're falling in love with something again, but it's going to bring you such happiness, and it's going to bring you resolve, a truce with someone, a Well, Six of Cups is there, so... Alright, well, okay. I'm just like, okay, I'm in the... I'm like, a lot of neat things there. So, the universe and the King of Pentacles. It's like I can only go for so long. I don't want to make... I'm making the videos as long as it's necessary, but I noticed that, you know, I can keep seeing images, and I can keep sensing, and I can keep... picking up things, so it's something that the universe is pretty much behind a lot of the material gain that's been going on. I mean, you've been putting in your work. There have been people saying that you couldn't do this. There have been people that may have judged you. You were kind of entrapped in that for a bit, and now you're starting to get a handle of it all, and that's because you finally have turned to the universe a bit. You're finally not thinking you got to do it all on your own, and by releasing and letting that go, hopefully you did that during the harvest moon, because then you have the King of Pentacles, and this was the clarification, and I got all that from this card to clarify this, because I wanted to see in what regard have you been made king. And, you know, we jumped from 7 to here, and I wanted to get a better idea. And you're emotionally floored, and then you have to temper your emotion, keep it under bay. And then we have the Justice card, and we got the Tower. For temperance, we got strife. We got the 5 of Wands. So perhaps the way to counter... I'm getting... a way to counter the emotion or the frustration. I'm getting like overflowed with it's all kind of, you're getting all kinds of feels. All right, all kinds of feels. And with the Knight of Swords, you can kind of use your thoughts and words to just nip it in the bud and allow the flow of positive, good emotion to wash over you. Let that wash all over you, because this is like this card feels like it's been a long time coming, and it's just like, thank God, finally, my cup is overflowing and full, all systems running, and, you know, but you've been in this frame of thinking of, when are you coming, when are you coming, when are you coming, and you just work, and when are you coming, when are you coming? So, getting the Knight of Swords is pretty neat, because then you are giving, you know, usually in my readings, we're able to see what the kind of obstacle might be that comes up in the month, and then looking at seeing the obstacle and then getting an idea of how you can work with it and not let it be an obstacle, you know? Your month is silencing me, and I'm a chatterbox. Don't get in the habit, you know, you've been working hard, and I think that's what the temperance is, because this has to do, I'm sensing, has to do with your body and how much exercise, how much movement that you're getting done. And you kind of have your life in two worlds, and you're trying to temper that, basically. You know, you got one foot in the water and one foot out. That was what came to my attention. And there's been a lot of strife in that. There's been a lot of difficulty in that. Ooh. So I understand why it's asking you to temper, and maybe through actions. When those old emotions, sometimes when you go through a very hard time, even when it's a financial constraint, or it's a project that took forever to get done, or you have blood, sweat, and tears put into something, you get a little traumatized by it. You get traumatized by that fear that constantly keeps happening, and what that does is it gets in the way of your energy. It gets in the way of what you give out. So there's some justice happening here. I didn't need to pull another card, because as I was looking at the card for the Tower, it made sense. It's the collapse of something. It's the end of something. Towers always say possibly the end, but right now I'm seeing the eye that's watching over the tower. And what I'm seeing is the bird of peace flying above. And I noticed the mouth of fire blowing it down. I feel that you were really burned by a situation. You're really hurt, or you hurt someone else. You hurt somebody. And now that some things are kind of easing around, you got hurt, or someone got hurt, and it broke their heart, or it broke your heart. And this person was really nurturing, really kind. Or this is you transitioning from, let's clarify that. Let's just clarify it, because I know that the Tower makes people nervous sometimes. But you see, a lot of this reading is about certain issues that came up for you in these past few months are now, they're being resolved, but there is the memory of things, and because of that, you're being reminded to have temperance. You're being reminded that justice is being served to you. You are getting, as you sow, so shall you reap. You will get what you deserve. You have to have faith in that. And I think you've been keeping that momentum, so keep that balance. Keep yourself in check. It's good to feel everything. Feel it all. However, when cancers start feeling, you guys feel like, you feel so much, even that, like, the person next to you will think, am I feeling that too? Because he's really feeling this situation. Or she's really feeling this situation, you know? And I love that, though. I love that being so immersed in, when you really feel something, you feel it. Keep it going, though. Like, keep a balance of that, though. Don't just take it all in once. You gotta take this whole life in, you know? Yeah. So this was something that took a lot of energy out of you. Yeah, okay. And so this was something that, so justice is being served. The Tower had occurred, and that's what it was clarifying for us. And then the next card that came out was the Seven of Wands, and that is valor. That is victory. That is also putting in a lot of sweat and tears and hard work, and kind of finally, what I'm gathering here from the image is like all of these different issues were there, and like finally it's just going to be like boom. And some health issues. I mean, you had pretty much a lot of things, parts of your life. If we had the pie chart, there are a lot of parts of your life that you had to resurrect and rework. And what came was strength from that work. And you have a sense of pride, a sense of like, yeah, I am, you're holding stronger to who, and it's going to happen quickly. It's going to happen really. I mean, most of the time decisions in court, I keep getting court. Maybe you have your own court in your home. I don't know. Maybe it's a basketball court. I don't know. It's a court. And in this court, you've worked hard and you finally are getting the justice card. You're getting justice. What justice means to you, you have to define that. But the justice is there. Okay. So, overall, you also got then the Princess of Swords to clarify the Queen of Pentacles. Fierce woman entering your life that you meet out at some event, or this is someone from the past and you're creating a home life with them. You're creating something with them. Everything's coming all together because somebody who's your match and also has kind of this somebody who's fierce for sure. Somebody who's also, I mean, she's coming out of some serious difficulty herself, but all that she brings is I feel there's a little, maybe that was the sassy that I was feeling, or the saucy. So I think what I'm going to do, like I did with, I think it was Pisces reading, some cards came up and I was like, I got to use this for the love reading. It's obviously telling me that, so I got to, regardless, when swords come up in situations when I'm trying to clarify, it reminds me that we have power in our affirmations and our thoughts. So I think you've been really good with your words and your thoughts, and perhaps that's going to be flourishing and growing in your life. And if you haven't, the way to keep that going is to be mindful of your thoughts and what you're saying to yourself, how you're treating yourself. Because you can be your own worst enemy if you'd like to be, but I don't think you want to. So things were scattered, they're coming together. You were kind of hiding underneath the radar for a long time, and you still in the recent past have been working, and now with the universe shining up on you, you're the King of Pentacles. And with that, you're bowled over in emotion. You're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And the Knight of Swords, that energy, that strength within yourself to work with that and to be in balance when beautiful emotions happen like this, it's right there. It got your back, it's right there. The Knight of Swords, he's there to guard you. So go ahead and feel everything you want to feel. That's what I'm trying to say. I think that's what it is that needs to be communicated. Just feel what you want to feel. Feel safe and be happy to do it. Just feel it. And you have Temperance, because I think with the body, you need to do some body work, get a massage, maybe not a massage. If you want a massage, get a massage. But I'm just getting, lift some weights. I know things like that are random, but maybe working on building muscle and getting stronger physically. Maybe it'll just go with the rest of the picture, because it looks like it's going to be a pretty amazing full month. And the only time swords have come up is it'll need to clarify, meaning that it will be your strength. I feel that will be your strength, is to know how to use your words and use your thoughts and to use them properly. In the past, you didn't use your words right. And towards the end of the month, I always feel that the more work that you do, the outcome of your life, the things that you want will come to you. But it has to be the work that you do on you. Otherwise, nothing is going to come to you. So you have to work on you first. And when you do that, you can prosper. And I think what's great is you're understanding the power of your words. You're understanding the power of your actions. Not your actions, but the way you think about yourself and your thoughts and how you use them, and how biting your words can sometimes be when you do get angry. But I think something that's been weighing on you, there'll be a truce, and it'll be something that blossoms into something further, and it'll bring the Fool back out in you. I see some of you actually just healing more physically, any of you dealing with health issues. But you're like zoned out. Like, I think you just saw something beautiful and it took your breath away or something. So I'm excited to do your love reading, Cancer. What's going on? I don't know, but it looks pretty sweet to me. Life's great like that, isn't it? You get these different views and ideas from spirit of what is written for us and how we can go about it. It's really remarkable. And that's kind of like your month. It's a pretty, like, whoa kind of a month, but yeah, anytime you get justice, who doesn't love that? Anytime you can reconcile, anytime you can find a truce. So right now I'm shuffling the Crystal Oracle deck, Healing Oracle deck by Judy Hall. And what this does is, if I'm sensing in the collective body of Cancer, or those that have been somehow drawn to this video, I'll just pick a couple of cards to try and see. And as I'm sensing in Cancer, lemon tea with honey and ginger, throat chakra, think your heart. Let's see what the oracles say. There's a lot of cards here, Cancer. I'm just going to see if I can rally and jump into the love reading, because I still have to do Taurus and Pisces love reading. I'm trying to do like with the other signs, so I'm just thinking out loud for your merriment. And please let me know if you like this and if you resonate with anything. I'd love to hear your feedback, and I'm growing as I go, so in the way that I present, this situation. So if you have any tips or ideas that you would like to put to the table, I'd love to hear them. Okay. Yeah, so we have Preseli Bluestone and Labradite. And Golden Healer and Eye of the Storm. So I'm not going to read the descriptions of all of those, but what I can say is we're looking at the heart chakra for sure. I felt that. And we're looking at the throat. And also focus on the thymus area So just, your throat chakra is there, and then kind of where right below where your clavicle, am I saying the wrong word? It's near your thymus gland. Just put it that way. That makes more sense. So you're dealing with a lot of if you're aware of the fifth or fourth dimension and you're able to go to those dimensions, I would say do a meditation to go there. Go to there. Something say to go to there. And the labradorite, that really is speaking to me. These are all quite beautiful. But for you, I'm feeling the Presley blue stone more, and the golden healer. Let's see. All right. Okay. Okay. And you're like, what are you going to share? I'm going to share. I'm just trying to see what speaks more to you. And okay, so I feel, as I've read these descriptions, there are a lot of minerals and stones and crystals. So these are crystals, but all right. So the eye of the storm, I feel like this needs to be explained. Okay, eye of the storm. Eye of the storm is a safe haven for your soul, a calm center no matter what upheavals may occur, a life support system during stressful times or serious illness. Hold on to it during challenges so that you keep things in perspective. What I like to say about these is that it gives me more of a clue about the chakra that you need to work on, but then it also gives me a idea as well of, it's not necessary that you have to go out and get something to alleviate that, but there's energies within, so just connecting with this stone, just connecting with this crystal, connecting with those minerals, because we all are part of that. We all have that in ourselves. So it's all about going into that space that talks about that energy that this brings. So even if you can't afford, or you can't get it, or you don't have it, I don't have all of these. I mean, I have what I have. That's what we all have, right? So the purpose of showing you this is that there's energy behind them, and you can tap into that in your meditations, or just thinking about it and looking at the image. You may be allowing the challenges and traumas of life to push you off center. Stress and pressure are a major cause of dis-ease. You could be focusing too closely on one aspect of life to the detriment of others. Look at the wider picture. So that's what I was saying about, with the issues that you went through in trying to receive justice in a matter, and the amount of hard work and the things that you've had to just really, a lot of things coming your way, the things that you had to work through, there's always trauma in that. So make sure that you are able to work on getting into that calm space. And I think you've learned that in the process, and maybe you haven't recognized it, but it's there. You have that in you. You have the ability to go into the divination of this, which is, it explains it's time to relax and let go of stress. Stay mindful rather than watchful. Excess adrenaline adversely affects your immune system. Haha, see? You're getting all of these different wands and stuff, so overworking it. But, you know, all of that hard work that brought down everything, you're putting all of this, like, these things are all, you're getting justice in all of this. So if you start to feel, you know, this rigorous, like the wand energy that I'm getting is just that type of a thing. Like, it's just kind of jolting you sometimes back and forth. Be present and know that you're past all of that. That stuff's happened. It's done. It's over. You're in this now. You're in right now. You're in the here and now. You're in the here and now. You're in the here and now. All right? Switch on the positive potential in your cell walls. Meditate quietly to rejuvenate your DNA. Healing insight. You can stay centered and calm no matter what storm rages around you. You have it in you. You have the ability to be there. So you know this from your own personal experience. So trust that. Allow yourself to know how to temper strife when it occurs in your heart, and allow yourself to know what to do physically to center yourself. So Tai Chi, something that yoga is always my go-to. And I wanted to read The Golden Healer, Ultimate Healing. Golden healers are imbued with powerful, transformative healing energies. They are a catalyst to profound spiritual activation. I feel like with all the coins, you need to remember some spiritual stuff too to keep yourself balanced. So maybe this is part of it. Anyway, let's read into it. Let's see what else they say. Understanding the quantum world helps you understand yourself. The everyday self is bounded by 5 senses, expanded by a 6th, metaphysics. 4th and 5th, I was thinking that, but it's saying go to the 6th. But this can be transcended to move into a field that is non-local, everywhere and nowhere at once. There is no time. You create the event being observed. Allow your soul rather than your ego to be your guide. Your ego's been driving you to do a lot of this stuff, so it's time to temper that, balance it out, work out that excess energy that you've been used to putting in. Use that to the benefit of working on your body and getting yourself as healthy and as possible. You need muscles to, if you already have muscles, it's about building it more or building the strength in order to reflect what you have grown inwardly, outwardly. Okay? Yeah? Inwardly, outwardly. Recognize your potential. The divination is recognize your potential to be an amazing healer. Your abilities needed honing, and those who heal are soul scoured to develop empathy. Much in your life needs transforming. Surrender willingly to the process. Someone clinging to the past holds you back. Encourage them to let go. You may be asked to transform your environment or take on a challenging task. Do so with grace and ease. Healing insight. Healing flows through you. It is a process, not something you do. Healing flows through you. It is a process, not something you do. The frequency of this crystal is exceptionally high. The chakra is the soul star stellar gateway, aligns and cleanses all. Timing, it's every moment, baby, every moment. And your soul path, a channel for Christ consciousness. That's what's written in the book. So I'm just going to say that, yeah, it's a transformative month. A lot of your hard work is coming to fruition. A lot of people are harvesting everything that's coming to them, and you have some potential to really hone the spiritual growth you've made in the manual work that you've done. Yeah. So that's pretty neat there, Cancer. That's pretty cool. So where are we? We are at a very long reading already, so I'll go ahead and stop there. I could keep going and keep clarifying, but I can't run a video that long now, can I? If you'd like to do a private reading, slip in right there. If you'd like to do a private reading, the information will be there with the description. And if you liked, please like and please subscribe. And thank you so much. And Cancer, I look forward to doing your love reading. I really do. I really, 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 really do. And I'm excited for you. I'm really happy that a lot of your hard work is coming together. If this has not resonated with you, check your rising sign. Hopefully, if I'm getting all the videos out. So, yeah. All right. Well, you be well. You take good care of you. You be kind to you. Because a lot of great things are happening to you. Be kind to you. Feel all that goodness. Feel all that greatness. Know that you got your own back. You can watch your thoughts. You can watch your words. You can go ahead and ride this nice train that's coming your way this October. Or however it spans out. It has a lot to do with what you decide. And that's part of the going into that sixth dimension. Going into the different levels and places that we as human beings in this creation can go to. So know that you have the ability. You have the ability. All of this is in you. So whenever you find yourself feeling as though you might be a little off balance, you got it in you to get back on track, especially with everything that you've experienced in these past few months. That's what I'm getting. And you're going to be doing some amazing work here. You know, you're flourishing. You're flourishing, man. You're flourishing. And the bottom of the deck, I wanted to wait. I'm one of those people. I'm going to be waiting more now. The sun, baby. You got the sun. Does that make sense? See? It's dancing. I'm dancing for you, see? The sun. There's the sun, baby. Excited for you, Cancer. You take good care. Be kind to you so you can be kind to others. All right? Bye now.